Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine. It's Commander AA, and this is another Chelsea transfer news video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about some huge names, big reports yesterday in publications, dropping some names, huge names that Chelsea have been linked to in the January transfer window, and of course the summer transfer window. I'm going to be mentioning those names, those publication reports, my thoughts, opinions, and statistics, how I think they'd fit and do well at Chelsea. But before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to my channel. If you are new here, make sure you hit the bell notification for every time I do upload, and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on each story that I do talk about. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, of course, yesterday, huge reports from Matt Law, who broke it. He was a journalist, of course, a source that's connected with the club, and of course he writes for the Telegraph, and he basically reported that Chelsea are looking for attacking players in the upcoming January transfer window. Chelsea scouts are compiling a list of forwards who might be able to inject fresh impetus into the club's season as head coach Frank Lampard prepares to start spending his £150 million transfer budget, which is just for the January transfer window, as well as high-profile names such as Jadon Sancho, who is unlikely to be available in January, and Wilfried Zaha. Chelsea looking at wingers such as Bayer Leverkusen's Leon Bailey and Villarreal Samuel Chuckwueze. Now, of course, those are two brand new names, Leon Bailey and Samuel Chukwueze. And of course, I did make a video on Chukwueze a few weeks ago, so you guys probably know, if you have watched the video, my thoughts, opinions on him. Of course, I'm going to go over it again. However, for me, it's fantastic news. Finally, the club, it feels as if, are learning, because these two names I've been crying out for ages. They're both left-footed, agile, quick, dynamic, rapid wingers that will take Chelsea to the next level. Both of them have such high ceilings and high potentials, and both of them have had very good seasons. And I think that both of them will be, signing either of them would be a statement of intent. But when I heard this news yesterday, for me, it filled me with joy. It was positive news to hear, and I really was excited and gassed by both of these news, especially from a reliable source such as Matt Law. Of course, he writes for the Telegraph, which is where these news coming from that publication. Now, of course, starting off with the first player, Samuel Chukwueze, who I've mentioned on this video before. Of course, the Nigerian international, 20 years of age, so far this season, 16 La Liga games, 3 goals, 1 assist. Of course, 4 goals and assists in 16 games. Doesn't sound too impressive, but if you consider his age of 20 years old and his attributes, etc., for me, he's a top quality player who's only going to become world class when he reaches his prime. The guy is phenomenal. Yes, of course, you can argue that his end product isn't fantastic. Of course, he will improve. He's only 20, so he's going to be able to be moulded. He's going to improve into a top class player, and his end product will naturally improve. His end product will naturally increase. But his attributes and his raw talent is what I'm interested in about. Number one, the major benefit is he's left-footed. That immediately opens up those passing lanes and those shooting angles, which are pivotal and crucial in today's modern style of football. I mean, a clear, evident example would be Willian and Pedro, especially Willian, who is predominantly right-footed. When you see him on the right wing, he's very limited because he's right-footed. He either crosses the ball, step over, and then beats his man. But because his strong foot isn't his left foot, he doesn't use it as much. It cuts those passing lanes, and he isn't able to take as many shots on target onto goal, which limits our chance creativity and also our lack of goal as well. But if you have a left-footed winger down that right-hand side, it opens up those passing lanes, it opens up those passing angles, and the benefit is they're able to take more shots, and their chance creativity will go up, which in the longer term means Chelsea, as a result, will be scoring more goals. So I think that it's pivotal that we sign a left-footed winger, and with us being linked to Samuel Chukwueze and Leon Bailey, it's fantastic because both of them are left-footed, and that's the major positive. Secondly, he's agile, his close control, his dribbling is out of this world. The ball essentially sticks to his left foot. The way he dribbles past players, how he operates in the half spaces in between lines, his shots, he takes a lot of shots, which is a huge benefit. Of course, he can use both feet. The ball essentially glues to his feet. Close control, dribbling, shooting is on point as well. And I think that, like I said, his end product will naturally improve, which is a major positive in my opinion. And for me, I would be all for this signing. For me, I think it'd be a massive fit. Of course, a lot of people would say that, we need an immediate impact, for the run into the end of the season to secure Champions League football. Will he give us that boost? Of course, he will need time to adapt into Premier League. For me, no, he wouldn't be in a short term because he needs to improve and he will be world class. But I think personally the best move would be for him to continue his development at Villarreal. I think that's a perfect club for him. I would say sign him now and send him back on loan to Villarreal for another couple of seasons. Let him develop, let him nurture and grow. And then when he's ready at the age of 23, he can come to Chelsea. And then we have a world-class winger set for the next 5 to 6 years, in my opinion. Now, of course, I think that's the right move. And of course, Chelsea are looking at Jadon Sancho, but Jadon Sancho is only realistic in the summer transfer window. And of course, if you don't secure Champions League football, then that target is unrealistic. So we need to sign an immediate impact winger that's going to secure his Champions League football, that will make an immediate impact in the Premier League. And I don't think Samuel Chuckwueze is that guy at the moment. However, I want us to sign him for the future. So I would say sign him now and loan him back out. Now, getting into second players, of course, Leon Bailey, another youngster from Jamaica, of course, Jamaican international, plays for Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, give me those 2018 summer vibes when we were heavily linked to this guy. Of course, you can make the same argument with Samuel Chuckwueze. Will he make that immediate impact for us to score Champions League football? He'll need to adapt to the Premier League. However, like I said, he is further in his development compared to a Samuel Chuckwueze. He is 22 years of age. And again, he's had a very, very decent season. 8 Bundesliga games, 3 goals, 1 assist. And most notably, his performance against Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena only a month ago, where he scored a double to secure all 3 points for Bayer Leverkusen. He was absolutely phenomenal in that game. Again, another left-footed winger, which is a major positive, as I mentioned. Opens up those scoring opportunities and passing angles. Agile, quick. Of course, with a Chelsea fan, which is always a fantastic benefit. For me, he'd be a fantastic sign. I'd love him. His left foot is crucial. You know, close control, dribbling, agile, very dynamic winger as well. And I think that for me, he'd be a top signing. And he would make that immediate impact. Like I said, still very, very young, still producing high numbers. And I think that in the future, he will be a world-class player. Of course, his end product will improve. And him being left-footed is crucial. And not only just his left foot, he's very good with his right foot as well. He's essentially both-footed. You know, scored against Bayern Munich with his right foot as well. So he's strong both-footed. However, his left foot is a preferred foot, which is the main crucial factor here. And for me, I'd love Leon Bailey, like I said. I think Leon Bailey would be a fantastic addition to this squad. Of course, his Asian is a problem. His stepdad is also his Asian, Craig Butler. It will be a problem because, of course, there is some clauses. He demands a lot of high stuff from our board, which could upset Marina. Hence why this move never materialised in 2018. But I think this could be the time where we would sign Leon Bailey, and definitely someone who is further in his development compared to a Samuel Chuckwueze, who's had his time to grow and nurture at Bayer Leverkusen. His left foot, which will, of course, give another dimension to our attack, and I think will actually make that immediate impact to secure his Champions League football for the remainder of the season, in my personal opinion. Of course, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you take Leon Bailey or Samuel Chuckwueze? Which player do you prefer and why? And do you think Leon Bailey will make that crucial impact to secure his Champions League football? And if you don't, again, leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But getting into the final player, of course, that is Wilfried Zaha. Now, of course, many of you are uninspired by a name I've mentioned countless times in my previous videos. However, we need to think about context here. Now, of course, we know Jadon Sancho is an unrealistic target in January, and he is a realistic one in the summer. However, if we don't secure Champions League football, then there's no point of us even hoping to sign Jadon Sancho. Securing Champions League football is a must if you want to sign Jadon Sancho. Otherwise, why would Elite Dortmund, who are almost guaranteed Champions League football every season? However, we need to find a winger right now in January that's going to make that immediate impact so that we can, secure Champions League football. And if we're being realistic, I'm not a massive fan of Zaha, but he scored last night. Of course, he's Premier League proven. His dribbling's is very good, one of the best dribblers in the Premier League. He's already in that mould where he can already get into the Chelsea team and make that immediate impact for the remainder of the season and boost our chances of securing Champions League football because, of course, he's Premier League proven. He's played there for many, many years. He lives in London, so, of course, he hasn't got to settle anywhere. He scored plenty of goals. His end product is good. He's one of the best dribblers in the Premier League. For me, there's a lot of advantages for Zaha. However, the main thing that Chelsea are very nervous about and they've been put off by is, of course, his price tag of £80 million. Chelsea very put off by that price tag. And, of course, Magic Marina, if she ends up, doing a player swap deal or lowering the free using her negotiation tactics, I can definitely see Zaha being materialised. But for me, my first 2 choices are Samuel Chuckwueze and Leon Bailey, both left-footed, both have world-class potential, both far younger. And for me, they're much, much better players of higher ceilings. And definitely those 2 of Leon Bailey and Samuel Chuckwueze, both would be signings of intent in my opinion. Now, that's just my thoughts and opinions. Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Which one of the 3 wingers would you like to see us sign in the January transfer window? Samuel Chuckwueze, Leon Bailey or Wilfried Zaha? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are new on here. Make sure you hit the bell notifications for every time I do upload. And I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.